just need to reassemble.
You didn't see that coming?
Well, I may have seen this coming, I just hope it doesn't turn out to be true. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another really interesting Avengers Project related video. Now, if you have been keeping up with all of the Avengers Project news, you will know that the last time we did talk about this game, it was said from Square Enix that there is going to be some sort of game from them that will possibly release by the end of 2019. And while that is still indeed the case, we're not quite sure as to what game they are referring to that will release later this year. But in the case for that news in particular, it mainly related to the publisher of the Avengers Project with Square Enix, who is indeed confirmed to be within a multi-year, multi-game partnership with Marvel Games, starting off with the Avengers Project. However, in regards to this particular news, it does relate to the main developer of the Avengers Project, which is indeed Crystal Dynamics. And to dive in with what's happening at Crystal Dynamics Studio, there is a recent article titled "The Avengers Project May Be a PS5 and Next Xbox Game." And the reason why this article over at comicbook.com believes that this could be the case is due to the new employment positions that are up for Crystal Dynamics' studio. So to start off with the article itself, it states, according to a new job listing posted by Crystal Dynamics, the unnamed Avengers Project may be a PS5 and Xbox Scarlett game. At the moment of publishing, Crystal Dynamics is currently hiring for a number of senior positions, including lead environment artist, narrative director, lead software engineer, lead animator, and multiple lead producers. Interestingly, one of the listings is for an external lead producer, which makes note of some intriguing tidbits. For one, the listing notes that the position will work with external partners to build next-gen game releases. And to quote the position summary directly, it states the lead producer will have demonstrable experience working with external partners to build next-gen console and PC games. This individual will have outstanding communication skills and a proven track record in development and production. The successful candidate will work directly with studio leadership and hold accountability for staying in budget while delivering premium quality on the project milestones. Exposure to formal project management techniques on multi-million-dollar, highly rated AAA games is a must. Previous experience building and maintaining schedules is essential. So overall, what this article is saying is that Crystal Dynamics is still in full force of development for the Avengers Project and still seemingly in the works for making it possibly become a title for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlett. And there is a possibility that once the Avengers Project release and the next generation consoles are in fact out as well, it could be a cross-platform release as well. Now, what this specifically means is that, say that you do own a PlayStation 4, but the PlayStation 5 just so happens to release by the middle year of 2020. And if the Avengers Project does in fact release around that time, as an example, that would mean that the game most likely will run the best on the PS5, but you could also play it on the PS4 if the developers develop the game to run on both platforms. A couple games that I can think of that relate to this example the best is actually Titanfall and the first Watch Dogs. So while those games were available to the majority of console platforms, even though they did run best on PC, that would mean if the Avengers Project took in that same direction, it would also run the best on the PC platform and even better on the next generation consoles. But if you are not able to purchase the newer consoles or afford to build your own PC, you would be able to buy the game on the current gen platforms and then try and buy a newer platform later on. Especially given the description of this game is that it is going to be a title that you can play for years to come, making it sound extremely ambitious. I wouldn't have any surprise if it did in fact release in the year of 2020, although I still hope it doesn't take too long for them to show something new about this game relatively soon. And as for when we could actually see more footage of the Avengers Project in action, the main answer would obviously be relating to this year's E3, which does take place in mid-June. However, there is another conference that Marvel just recently announced that they will indeed be attending called the SXSW conference, and they will indeed be having a panel at this event. Now, if you are a longtime fan of the channel, you will recall that back in 2017, Marvel also announced that they were going to be attending the SXSW conference back in that year, and during that time we thought that we could be receiving some Spider-Man PS4 footage before that year's E3. And lo and behold, we received absolutely no new info relating to Spider-Man PS4 back at SXSW 2017, so seeing that Marvel is once again attending this conference this year, I highly doubt that we will receive any major announcements relating to the Avengers Project at this event. Still, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if they do announce anything interesting. So be sure to look out through March 8th to the 17th during the SXSW conference of 2019 to see if they do announce anything interesting relating to Marvel games. But until more cryptic info about this game is released, thank you all so much for watching, everyone, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What are your thoughts on the Avengers project possibly being a next-gen title on the future consoles of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlett? For me, once again, I think that the lack of info for this game is definitely going to be a hindrance once it does fully release, seeing how little we do know about it and how the lack of info is actually making less people excited for it. So hopefully the next time we do see more about this game, whether that is at SXSW or E3, I really hope that the footage of it will blow everyone out of the water. And if it does turn out to be a game on the future consoles, that definitely means that we will have to wait longer for it, but the wait for it will most definitely be worth it. But if you are someone who is truly beyond hyped for the Avengers project no matter what, I highly recommend that you check out a podcast I was a part of titled Auto Saving the Day. Not only is this podcast the perfect place for fans of superheroes and superhero video games, but I was also lucky enough to be featured in their second episode, fully talking about everything relating to the Avengers project. So if you want to hear the entirety of my thoughts relating to this extremely suspicious game, I highly recommend that you check out the podcast in the description below. But until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Stay merry, Marvelites. Peace out.